Hey howdy hey, how is everybody doing, and welcome back to Disney Daily. For the most part, all Disney fans know that before superstar Mickey Mouse, there was Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. But did you know there was a character who predates both of those cartoon classics? His name was Julius the Cat, and he was a lively, witty, and sometimes sadistic character. Julius is one of those characters that has been forgotten over the years, and sadly, one of the only tributes to him nowadays is the name of a building in Disney's California Adventure Park called Julius Katz Sons, which actually features a small black cat on a glass window. Now, I'm sure most of you don't know much about Julius the Cat, but never fear, because in today's video, we are going to go through a quick history of the first Disney cat, Julius. The birth of Julius the Cat began in Kansas City in 1922 with two creators, Walt Disney and Ub Iwerks, who had just started their own animation company called Laugh-O-Gram Studios. Their first cartoon was an adaptation of Little Red Riding Hood, and this cartoon would mark the first on-screen appearance of the black and white cat, Julius. In the cartoon, Julius is shown shooting some dough with a gun, fishing for a donut, eating it, and then falling to his death. What's interesting is that he had not yet received a name, but seemed to be an instant favorite because he would appear in all the Laugh-O-Gram cartoons from that point on. Some of those shorts included Puss in Boots, which was an interesting short centered around a bullfight, and Cinderella, where Julius seems to play the sidekick. Julius's design was the same for a while, a basic black cat with a white-colored muzzle and paws, a pear-shaped body, and long whiskers. Eventually, they got rid of the white paws and whiskers altogether, and Julius was given an even more simple design. Now, you are probably thinking to yourself, wait, that looks a lot like the iconic Felix the cat, and you wouldn't be wrong in that observation. According to the history books, Walt's distributor Margaret Winkler had a falling out with Felix's creator Pat Sullivan, and so she then turned to Disney. The New York Times even wrote an article on the resemblance between the two cats, calling Julius a blatant clone to Felix. But enough about the resemblance, let's move right along with the cat's next on-screen appearance, which was actually in the Alice Comedies, which was Disney's first cartoon series. The series ran from 1923 to the year 1927 and featured a live-action girl in a cartoon world. Now, technically, there was a cat in the pilot episode Alice in Wonderland, but Julius's more official appearance was in episode 3, Alice's Spooky Adventure, where he first appears as a ghost. The curious cat would appear in many of the shorts after that, but would receive his official name Julius by Alice in 1925's Alice's Eggplant. Julius had a very interesting personality in the cartoons, at times ranging from mischievous to blatantly disturbing and appalling. His dynamic with Alice would vary from episode to episode, but more often than not, they were depicted as good friends, with him having to save her from time to time. One of the most notable shorts was called Alice Solves the Puzzle. In the cartoon, Alice is being bothered by a bear with a peg leg, and as it turns out, that bear would eventually evolve into Pete, the big bad cat who is one of Mickey's prime enemies. Sadly, the Alice Comedies had to come to an end due to the lack of profit, so Julius had his last appearance in Alice the Beach Nut and sadly was never seen again. According to several articles I read, the reason why Julius was given the boot was because Disney's distributor Charles Mintz wanted to shift the company's attention to a new character that they could more specifically sell to Universal. And here is where Oswald the Lucky Rabbit would come into play. I personally think his resemblance to Felix could have also been a reason why Disney didn't fight very hard to keep the character going. Either way, it marked the end of Julius. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this video on Disney's first character, the Forgotten Cat. Please let me know down in the comments who is your favorite obscure Disney character. As always, thanks for being my guest here at Disney Daily. Until next time.